Hey there, everyone out there that's not really there. Just remember, depression hurts, but Cymbalta can help. But no, for real. So quite a bit happened this last weekend. I was quite depressed over most of it, and it really sucked because it wasn't really one thing that just caused it. It's just I was just completely depressed overall, and it was very upsetting because when I went out with my friends, I wasn't even, willing enough to go out as Alina K. Instead, I went as my pathetic self, which it sucked. Not really like a matter of. It wasn't even like I didn't. I don't know, but in the end, it really was more. I guess that it hurt a lot more because I didn't have enough of me to go out as me, but as the person that I'm constantly suffocating myself as, which hurts. Now, some trans people have all the luck in the world, and there's quite a few people out there that, my friend Ashton has told me about, how they go through all this trans stuff and they come out like, and a month later they've already got all their funds and everything and their appointment for surgeries, which kind of puts things into perspective that no matter what, some things just may never come to be because of money, which the world has just completely overrun itself with. It's just ridiculous. But, speaking of money running the world, Saturday afternoon I was at a Circle K and the clerk got robbed. Not the cash register itself, but everything that she had. She was robbed by the person in front of me. And at first I didn't think anything of it. Like, I walked up to the counter and she said, "I just got robbed," kind of hushed as the guy left, and I didn't really think all too much about it. And at first I even thought it was a joke, which kind of tells you what society is pretty bad, or that society is pretty bad when, someone tells us truthfully that they were robbed, and the first thing we think is, what kind of a joke is that? That's pretty bad. So I turned around and I told her, I was like, well, that's not good. But then when she continued, to cry to herself and she was so distraught, then I realized that this really happened. And I'm an asshole. But, assholes come, assholes go. But, so then I went out to look, and I couldn't find him, of course. But by the time I came back, she had already called the police, and they were pretty much right then and there at the store. And, that's pretty bad, though, when we're so wrapped up with what little money we have and how much society wants money that we have to go and rob someone else of their own hard-earned money to go and take it away from someone. Who knows? Maybe she herself isn't doing all too well, and maybe he was a lot better off than what he was supposed to be, but yet at the same time you still ended up with a robbery, and it just makes you wonder. So, shit happens. I realize, but the real problem is we don't always have the gumption to take it upon ourselves to prepare for it. Like, for instance, I've got an appointment to start hormones with an endocrinologist August 1st, but it doesn't dawn on me enough to stop and save money for not only that, but also college that I want to do in the fall. And, again, I mean, some people have all the luck in the world and others don't. And, I mean, I don't have seriously bad luck, but I think that kind of gets beaten into my face on a day-to-day basis. See, whereas I don't get seriously ill a lot, I don't get physically harmed too easily, and I also, don't experience too many problems like getting kicked, like being homeless, or, not always having money on hand. But at the same time, in a way, it gets kicked back in my face on my day-to-day scheduling, like my work. I have all my jobs lately have been general labor and manual labor, and just stuff that a monkey could fucking do with enough muscle mass. And it upsets me because I mean, yeah, I like coming home at the end of the day, feeling physically tired, but at the same time, I also just, it's not me, because my friend Ashton, she gets up, she puts on a chest constrictor. It's like an ace bandage, but like, it kind of looks like a, I guess in a way it looks like a sports bra that's like 3 sizes too small. Personally, I think it might hurt to wear those, but she goes out dressing like a dude, and she works as a man. He works as a man, which is amazing. I don't have the current capability to go out and, get dressed up as the woman that I am, and be okay throughout the whole day, because I go to work. I currently actually work with my dad because I am unemployed, and it's hard because he's a jack of all trades, and he does plumbing and carpentry and wood flooring and electrical, and not only do I have to constrain myself because of the type of work that I do, but also because he has a clientele, and I have to respect that. I mean, yeah, I could go to my father's work dressed up as Alina, ready to work for the day, but I mean, it would severely affect his line of work after that. And I'm not saying this as like some coward, but I mean, I do have to respect the fact that this is Arizona. Not everyone is willing to adopt Alina K into their job team, which is unfair, yes, but at the same time, I mean, when you live in a place that doesn't, have the ability or constraint to accept a person for who they are, you just kind of have to take a handful of salt and swallow it down. I mean, sure, if I was in San Francisco right now, it'd be a whole nother ideal, or even in New York. But I don't. And I have to accept that, and I need to understand that. And personally, I don't have all that many issues with it. It's just, instead of blaming everything on the people around me, I need to look at deep in myself, find out what it is that I want to do, and go out and do that. And at the same time, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to look at yourself and find a job reflecting of you in your current state, and who knows, that may not even be what you want to do for the rest of your life, but a job is a job, and we do all have to provide money for ourselves or others. Now, true, I could just, say fuck it all and go work at the corner as Alina K and get money that way. But, we all have a little bit of dignity for ourselves. Just a little bit. Personally, my dignity's reaching the very end. But, So, in all reality, I have been looking at things like working at a library, something public. I don't have to work too hardly with people, and it's easy. There's also working at a community college, which, hey, I'm right across the street from. And, I have looked a bit into myself, and I have realized that, personally, I don't like working with people. Yeah, I can if I really need to, but I really would rather not. It's not something I'm 100% happy for. Like, being customer service. I would just go nuts working at customer service, because it's not really something I would want to do. Yes, I can put on a smile for anyone and everyone until they wipe it off my face, and that's when shit would get real. But I don't want to. It's just not my thing. So, if anything really needs to happen, it needs to be that we all need to look into ourselves, realize what it is that we want to do, and realize whether or not that's even something that is worth doing. Because, hey, come on. How much worth is it to be standing on the corner getting some other person's hard-earned money for turning tricks? But I'll leave it at that. See you next time.